Hi there YouTube, Sad Womble here. Today I'd like to talk about the idea that the feminist insistence on teaching feminist ideology in schools and through the media will ultimately destroy feminism. Gosh, that's a mouthful. Said no feminist ever. Merry Christmas. The reason I'm going for this is the simple idea that there's always been this standing joke that it's cheaper to keep a, henpecked husband, domineering wife, her indoors has always been a pain. That's been a joke, and men have always known that's like how the world is forever. It's only recently become criminally problematic. And feminism has insisted on telling everyone from an early age that this is the case. You have gender studies, which is basically just female studies, women's studies. You have children in primary school being taught, that men are evil and women are fantastic. All of this, the whole media, all the films, the television programs, the newspapers, everything, the news articles, the magazine shows, everything is based around don't you men touch a woman, oh, don't you dare, and if you do, oh, it's going to be bad. You forget the old days of when you would get the cold shoulder and you wouldn't get no sex. Forget those days. Now, woman not happy, woman get you thrown in prison, boy. That's where we are in current year. In the olden days, you did something wrong, societal pressures meant you wouldn't do it again, and if you had any sense, you wouldn't. Like I say, boyfriend upsets girlfriend, girlfriend withholds sex, boyfriend doesn't do it again. It was how society worked. But now, with the, criminal element, let's just go with a little thought experiment. And instead of talking about women, let's talk about jewellery. Go with me on this. Imagine, if you will, you are a criminal. Stick with me, it'll make sense, I promise. You are a criminal. Now, you've had run-ins with the law before, nothing too serious, you kind of got away with it, you've had a little bit of petty crime when you were younger. Stick with it, honestly, this is going to make sense. But now, you're a bit older and the world's getting a bit more serious. So, imagine you're a jewel thief and you can't help yourself. You see something, other people's property just comes naturally to you. It's compulsive. You just can't help yourself. So what do? If you see a jewellery store open near you, the best thing you can do is avoid that jewellery store, because if you avoid it, then you won't be tempted and you won't steal anything and you won't get put in prison when you get caught, because and you're aware, because there's been all this television coverage, there are TV cameras everywhere and there's security on the door. There is no way you're not going to get caught if you do something wrong. You just know if you go into that jewellery shop and you steal something, you are going to prison. So the only way you can avoid it is by not going into the jewellery store. Fantastic. Because that even if... so you can do that, and that's fine. But I hear you say, Womble, what if you go in and you just look and you don't touch anything? I say, well, how about now if you go to the jewellery store with your hands in your pockets and you just chat to the assistants and they sort of say, he stole something, he stole something. And you go, no, I didn't, hands are in my pockets. Look at all the footage, nobody has seen me steal anything, nothing is missing. But they go, oh no, you did, you really did steal something, and you get put in prison. And that's what you've been told. You've been told if you even go near this place now as a known criminal, you will guaranteed be put into prison if anyone has even the slightest doubt that you have stolen something. It doesn't matter whether you can prove with all the footage and all the eyewitnesses that you didn't do anything. It makes no difference whatsoever. You are going to prison because the people in the shop said you stole something. Now, let's just move this to a more relevant reference. I think you can see where we're going with this, kids. So, women, you have now been told through the wonders of the media and the movies and television and all of the stuff from the beginning that if previously you had done something, even if we were going to be, things were always going to be criminal, if you knew, I steal something, I get into trouble, I avoid, and then I'm going to go to prison. So, okay, we'll work on this. We'll say, well, you have been told that if you harm a woman, criminal, you're in trouble. So you go to yourself, okay, I won't hurt a woman, I won't upset a woman, that'll be fine, I will be the perfect gentleman at all times, everything will be fine. In other words, the perfect beta man of current, But even now, that doesn't work, because she can turn around and go, oh, he hasn't made me happy. Yes, he made me happy for 40 years. Yes, he's bought me a house. Yes, he's bought me a car. He's given me 3 kids. He's supported me. But I'm not happy now, so he's got to go. And they'll side with you, and they will destroy your life. You can't fight that. There's nothing you can do. The only way to deal with it is, as the saying goes, the only way to win is not to play. So it's a very simple fact. And the thing is, up until now, the only people that have realised this are either the people it's happened to or the few people who've actually listened to them, because everyone thinks it's a joke. But you've got the red pill community, of which you are listening to someone, and I'm very proud of you, and well done, keeps you up, that we were the only ones who knew. We were the only ones who recognised the truth. But it's hit the mainstream now. It is starting to be in newspapers. It's starting to be on websites. TV shows are starting to deal with it. It's starting to be on magazine shows. Oh, why is this happening? Why can't women find men? And it's because men are going, oh, do you know, jewellery shop scenario. Do you know what? The only way I can guarantee I'm not going to have my life destroyed, the only way I can guarantee that is to keep away from women. And this is the thing. Feminism and women have been keeping this secret away from men, you see. Because the moment men recognise that the game is utterly, utterly, utterly rigged against them, which it's always been, let's face it, the moment they recognise it's rigged against them, men are going to walk off. And that's always been the case. It's what confirmed bachelors are all about. The moment men actually recognise that women are a bad deal, men don't get involved with them. They're not stupid. We're not stupid. It's just that most men don't think. It's very simple, sad but true fact. Sorry about that. But this is where I'm coming to the whole reason for the aim of this video, which is feminism has spent certainly the last 10 years, it's previously been doing it since the 60s and before, but it's been having a really hardcore go in the last 10 years and slightly earlier and slightly more recent. It's had a really hardcore go at going, men, you so much as upset a woman and your life is destroyed. And because they've said that, then, men are now forced to actually face up to the fact that, yes, if they do literally have anything to do with a woman, chances are, and there's no statute of limitations, a woman could come back from your life from 30 years ago and say, 30 years ago he made me cry, and suddenly your life is destroyed. So what's a man to do? But the whole point of this is feminists have done this to themselves, and that is what is so unbelievably hilarious, and I just love it. Sad Womble out.